Good morning, scholars. I am so excited because today, while we are still using the different 10 strategies that I've showed you this past week, I'm going to show you how to do all of those things using a number bond and putting it into a number sentence. So go ahead and grab your scratch piece of paper and a pencil and let's get started. Okay, scholars, so I told you that we are going to use the 10-way strategy, but this time we're going to do it using a number bond. And then from there, we're going to be able to use a number sentence. So I have my counters here. Let's go ahead and put our counters in the hole for our number bond. Try. So here I see in my hole that I have 15, okay? Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I see that I have 15 total counters. And if I move this box, I see that I have some numbers here. And these numbers can then be used for our parts. So my first part is going to represent how many yellow counters we have. In this case, we have 10 yellow counters. So I would put 10 here. And then our second part represents the number of red counters that we have. In this case, we have 5. So 10 and 5 is 15. Or 15 is 10 and 5. Now, I can switch that where I can move my numbers to my hole and then my counter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can see that I have 10 counters and 5 counters, which then gives me 10, and I cover up that 0 to make 15. Okay, so those are two different ways that you can use a number bond. You can have your counters in your hole all together and then your numbers here, or you can have your counters broken up into 2 parts and then your number here. So let's go ahead and fill in our number sentence. So blank plus blank equals blank. So my first square, or my first part, is going to represent the yellow counters. In this case, I have 10 yellow counters, plus my red counters, which is 5, equals 15. Let's go ahead and do this again. So this time, I'm just going to use my counters, and I'm going to put them in each of my parts. So in this case, I'm going to have my yellow counters as my first part, Now, since we are counting using the 10 way, I already made sure that I had 10 yellow counters. So my first part represents 10. And we can go ahead and double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then my second part, I just have one red counter. Let's go ahead and move my box. So 10 take my 1, which represents my one red circle, and cover up the 0, and now I have 11. So 10 and 1 is 11. Let's go ahead and fill in our number sentence. So I have 10 yellow circles and 1 red one, which equals 11. Okay, scholars, now I'm going to do it where my counters are in my hole. So let's go ahead again, just like I explained earlier. I know that I have 10 yellow circles because I knew that we were going to do our 10 way. So I just wanted to make sure that I was prepared. So I have 10 yellow circles. And we can count. Let's go ahead and count by 2. I'm going to challenge you. Go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then let's put my, Charlie is joining us for our math lesson. Let's put our red circles up. So I have 10 and 3 red ones. So remember, my first circle is going to represent the number for my yellow. In this case, we have 10. And my 3 represents my red, which goes in my next part. So now I can fill in my number sentence. 10 plus 3 equals 13. So 10 plus 3 equals, and we said 13. So let's go ahead and double check. We know we have 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, last one. I want you guys to do this on your own. What I am going to do, I am going to put the counters. I'm going to put the counters in each part for you. And then what I want you to do from there is pause the video and fill in your whole and the number sentence. So let's go ahead and move my counters. Okay, so now pause the video, fill in your whole and the number sentence. All right, scholars, now that you guys did that on your own, I'm going to move my box. And here I can see a 10 and an 8. And I know that if I take my 10 and I put it here, and I take my 8 and I cover the 0, I'll get 18. 10 yellow squares, 8 red squares, So your number sentence should be 10 plus 8 equals 18. All right, scholars, it is time for your exit ticket. It says use the picture to complete the number bond and number sentence. So go ahead right now, pause and complete the number bond and number sentence, then come back and check your work. All right, scholars, let's go ahead and check that you guys got the correct answer. I know you guys did. So I know here that I have 10 circles already, and I know that because, again, I know this is a 10 frame, and when every square is filled in, that means that there are 10 circles. So I'm going to go 10 as my first part, and my second part, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 10 and 6. Now I'm going to write here, I'm going to show you. So here I have 10, and if I take away the 0 or cover the 0 with a 6, I have 16. So 10 and 6, 16, which then helps me fill in my number bond. My first square is my first part, 10, plus my second part is 6 equals my whole, 16. All right, guys, great job today. Go ahead and continue to practice the flashcards that are linked below, and I will see you all later. Miss you.